Alright, everyone, so yeah, this one's gonna be pretty awkward because these are gonna be a few small stories that are from my childhood that most people probably don't even remember, but yet I kept a hold of them in my brain for some mysterious reason, probably because of guilt. But they are extremely embarrassing, so please stay with me and have mercy on my soul. So, when I was younger, I'm gonna get hate for this. I mean, maybe not. Maybe other people did it, but from what I can tell, it was pretty awkward. I used to kiss my dad on the cheek before bed. Yes, my dad would walk in, tuck me in, and basically lean over so I could give him a hug and a kiss on the cheek before he turned off the lights and leave. And honestly, it was a normal routine for me because I was terrified of the dark until I was around 10. Yeah, I didn't like the dark. To this day, I still hate the concept of the unknown, but back then it was just simply the dark. And extremely deep waters, which is still to this day a horrifying fear of mine. But, one night, something very strange happened. My brain failed me, and instead of giving him a kiss on the cheek, I did the exact opposite. Now, do not ask me how my brain failed this horribly, but instead of puckering up and giving him a kiss on the cheek, I instead gave him a raspberry on the cheek. Somehow my brain simply forgot how to kiss and thought, blow out air and you'll be kissing his cheek. What the hell, brain? What did you what? But no, seriously, like I don't know what happened there. I legit to this day still don't know. And I highly doubt my dad remembers this. It was such a small thing for him, but it was one of the most awkward moments he's ever had with me because I remember the look on his face. It's like, what the fuck just happened? Huh? What? Wait, what? Wait, what just happened? Okay, and he just like awkwardly left. And I was so like, what? Dude, what just happened to me? And then I couldn't sleep that night because I was so awkwardly embarrassed. Yes, I know. I couldn't sleep because my dad. I was embarrassed with my dad. It was weird. Anyways, so that was an awkward moment. Story number two is actually kind of funny because of the way my dad does remember it, or remembered it back then. I don't know if he still remembers it to this day, but no one else remembers it from what I've heard. He used to tell the story back in the day, but that was about all. And it has to do with my love for ice cream. Yeah, I'm a huge ice cream nerd. I eat way too much ice cream as is. Actually, I haven't had a tub in a while. Well, now I know what I'm eating later tonight. I actually have some cookies and cream ice cream in the freezer, and if I swear to God, the moment you say cookie dough is better, I'm a bitch slap your whack. Okay. Uh, let's move on from that violent moment. So, I used to love ice cream. Still do. But back in the day, I was so obsessed with ice cream that I would kind of eat it without permission. And my family got the big tubs, like the gallon tubs, not the little tiny pints or whatever they're called. I don't give a crap about those tiny little nuggets. I want the mine. I don't want a gold nugget, I want a gold mine. So my parents would get the tubs, the 1 gallon tub of ice cream. Every week, actually, we'd have that much ice cream. And I'm still befuddled or baffled or whatever the word is. Sorry, the script is actually pretty confusing to me because I don't think befuddled is actually the word I was looking for, but yet I wrote it down. So something's wrong with my brain here, too. But somehow, some miraculous way, I devoured the entire gallon of ice cream, vanilla ice cream, which was all we had back then, in one sitting. Now my parents weren't home because my dad was off at work and my mom was out with a friend doing charity, and that's all I remember. I don't remember what charity, but it was some sort of charity event. And my sister was outside. You know what? I know that she was probably outside reading because she was a good girl, but just to make myself look better, she was outside spray painting walls. She's in that preteen kind of, like 11 years old and needs to create like chaos. She was in that phase. The truth is, I was in that phase early. She was never in that phase till she turned 17. Uh, but that's not the point here. The point is, I had a whole tub of ice cream and no one was home, and the moment my dad walked in, kill me now, I went, "Hey, Deb," all in front of him. Not on him, just in front of him. And the way he describes it is the stereotype rainbow vomit. You know, like how in cartoons they'll do the rainbow instead of actual, like, chunks, which is the gross part? Well, that's how my dad described it, mostly because I had put so many rainbow sprinkles on that ice cream, which nowadays I hate sprinkles. I don't know why. I just can't eat them. Maybe it's because of this, actually, now that I think about it. Maybe I just don't like them because I've had a negative experience. Oops, oh well, that explains it. But I put so many rainbow sprinkles on the ice cream that it mixed the colors, and it was still not brown yet, because when you mix them all together, they turn like this dark brown, like gross color, or like a dark green almost. Instead, it turned into a rainbow of just grossness, just pouring out of my mouth in front of my dad, and my dad just standing there like, "What is that stuff?" And I remember him telling everyone the story over and over again. And to this day, I don't know if he remembers it or not. It was years ago. I was like 9 at the time, so it's been 12 years now. Oh my god, it's been 12 years. It's been 12 years since that happened, so you gotta realize that he probably doesn't remember anything from back then. But who knows? I mean, he remembers a few other things, such as the story I'm about to tell. So when I was younger, like I said, I had a fear of the dark. My sister and I shared a closet. We had one of those like closets that's a two-way closet, so her room was connected to mine through a literal open space. The closet had no doors or anything to block our rooms, but when my sister was a little bit older, probably like 14 or 15, she started getting into that, teen phase where, it's called it's called puberty, but I don't want to say the word, so please save me. Oh, I just said it. Never mind. Yeah, she went through puberty. And she was bringing guys home and somehow got them past my parents. To this day, I have no clue how she did it. So many things have confused me about these stories. This was probably the most confusing, in my opinion. It's the most confusing of all. Because she snuck them past our parents. Somehow. And we were on the second floor. Like, we'd have to go through the front door, the dining room, the living room, the hallway, up the stairs, parents' room, which is the hardest one to get past if my parents are home, because one of them is always up there doing something. I don't know. Watching TV? I don't know. Down the hallway, into the little corridor that connects my sister and my room, which is technically part of the hallway, but I call it the corridor because it sounded cooler, and then into her room. Yeah, I don't know. She was stealthy, like stealth 100, like total badass when it comes to stealth, somehow. But alas, my dad somehow found out, and due to me being, like 13, also going through that stage called puberty, it was not good for me because the guy she had brought home was, oh my god, he was so hot. No, no, seriously, he was not hot. He was actually really nerdy, and I don't know what she saw in him, other than maybe he had cool glasses. That was, I think, the first thing I thought. And I'll tell you guys right now, I don't have a thing for my sister. I actually don't think she's very attractive. I'm sorry, April, if you hate me for that. I'm sorry. I'm just saying what I used to think. To be honest, I still kind of think that. I'm sorry, but it's just how I feel. Although a lot of guys called you attractive, so I don't know what their problem was. They must be blind. Sorry, sis, I have to do it. But no, I back then I was just curious of like what the heck they were doing. I'll tell you guys right now, I didn't know what sex was till I was like 14. I knew what it was, but I didn't know how it went. So, despite my somehow somewhat there morals at this age, which I don't know how they were because I was going through puberty. I mean, morals are out the door at that point. Somehow, my sister and one of the people who I actually knew from school because he was in my sister's grade, and We were technically in the same school for, I think, every year except for when she graduated in the year after. So, in other words, I was in, I believe, middle school when this happened, but she was in high. No, was she in high school? No, she would have still been in middle school. What am I talking about? So her and I were still in middle school, I'm pretty sure, but she was in her eighth grade, and I was probably in seventh grade or fifth, sixth grade, not fifth grade. What am I talking about? I've read five out of on the paper. I'm sorry, everyone. It's six. I write bad. Maybe I should type it next time. That might help. But the we both had this really interesting moment where I was looking through our completely open closet, watching them have bow chicka wow wow time, as I'm going to phrase it, because I hate thinking of that memory. And the guy was somehow. How do I phrase this? He was actually pretty seductive. Like, even 13-year-old me was like, fuck yeah. And I'll tell you guys right now, I was gay at the time. Well, no, I was somewhere between gay and bisexual. More towards guys, but whatever. Nowadays, I'm complete, like, just bi, like, all around. Actually, I think I'm more pansexual, but who knows, okay? I don't go by those terms. I just say, well, I like everyone. So that's about all I need to say. Um, but back then, I was like, whoa, this guy's actually pretty cool. And he's really experienced. Like, how the hell are you that flexible? Like, dude, no, but I was actually mesmerized. I kid you not. And then I don't know how, but my dad caught me and not my sister, and he's like, "What are you doing looking into your sister's room?" And I go, "Uh, nothing." And of course, the guy and her are both scrambling to get their clothes back on, and awkward silence from me. I'm just like, what do I do? What do I say? Do I deny that I was watching my sister, about to go wow wow with someone? What do I do here? And my brain just imploded. And I'm like, I'm just watching my sister get changed. Kill me now. My dad gave me the strangest look, sat me down, and was like, son, this is what we call inappropriate. And I'm like, oh no. Dad, and he just goes, son, let me teach you how to use protection. And I kid you not, I ran. I ran like my life depended on it. See, I knew how protection worked at this point. I was technically still a virgin, so it's like, well, not technically, I was still a virgin, so I was like, I don't know how it works, but honestly, I don't want to know how to use a condom. So I'm just gonna, move on from that little detail. And yeah, he was like, "Let me teach you how to use protection." I'm like, "Nope," boom, just out of there, just gone. And then moments later, my sister was like, "What was that about, Dad?" And he goes, "Oh, nothing." Walks down the stairs. Oh no! And of course, guess where he went? He followed me outside, walked to the barn where I was hiding. Well, I was hiding around the corner from the barn, and went, "Jacob, your sister was doing the nasty, wasn't she?" And I go, "What?" And he goes, "Don't worry. Just let me teach you how to use protection and it will be good." And I won't tell your mother. I'm like, "That's all?" And he goes, "Yeah." I'm like, "No, I'm good." And I ran. I was like, you know what? I'd rather not learn how to. Okay. I'd rather have that little detail that I was watching my sister, do the nasty, as he phrased it, with another guy than you know, um, have to watch that. And later on, I swear to God, I didn't know that the normal tactic is to put a condom onto a cucumber or banana I just thought he was gonna like legit show me, and I was like, no, I'd rather not see your, you know what's. And thank God that wasn't the case, because 2 years later I was like, oh yeah, I should have just taken that, shouldn't I have? Like I should have just learned how with. Sorry. Next time, explain that you can use a banana instead of your own wiener. For crying out loud. Oh, that would have saved me so much. Anyways, that's all, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this storytime video, and thanks. Bye. All right, everyone. So yeah, sorry, that was my chair. I told you guys in the previous intro that I'd be using animator stuff until I get back into animating. Today's animator is Jaden Animations. I used her. What was the thing called? It's in here somewhere. Well, let me quickly look through it. But anyways, go show her some support. She's amazing. She's actually one of the first animators I actually saw, other than the Odd Ones Out, actually. I saw both of them before basically anyone. There were a few others who were probably around the same time, but to be honest, who knows nowadays? I've seen so many animators, so I'm glad that I'm able to kind of get back into the groove eventually. It was this one. Things I feel guilty about. I'm glad that she had a video that kind of matched mine, so I mean, I feel like subconsciously I may have been inspired by her to do this video, but I don't really know. Yeah, I've actually been binge watching her stuff, so go ahead and watch it. And I'll tell you right now, she's amazing. She's very, very wise for her age. So, Jaden, thank you very much for all of your perfect content. And yeah, so go check her out at Jaden Animations right here. Yep, go click on it. Why have I not clicked the bell? There we go. Yeah. I don't know why I didn't click the bell. What's wrong with me? Anyways, yeah, so that's all. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you guys have any other animators you want me to use in the background, let me know. Jaden Animations is just the first one that came to mind because I knew that was a similar video to mine. Um, and yeah, and believe it or not, I recorded the video, or the audio for the video, before I even looked at this, so I just kind of remembered afterwards that it actually was pretty similar. So don't judge me. I didn't copy her, even though I probably was somehow subconsciously inspired. Who knows? Like I said, I honestly don't know. There's a lot of animators who do similar things, and I swear to God, if any of you copy anyone else, cool. Just means you look up to them. Also, a lot of people subconsciously do it or don't mean to do it, so don't go and harass animators, especially since I'm going to be one soon. Don't harass me, okay? I'm sorry. But no, I really will be animating soon. But until then, say hello to Jaden. Go subscribe to her, give her some more subs and supports. And that's all I gotta say. Bye.